Hello everyone, MFPallytime here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We find Kalark, the strongest and smartest Githyanki in Blackett's army, joined by his companions at the exit of the Selune Temple. We took the long way down here by killing off that gigantic matriarch phase spider. But I wanted to draw your attention over here. Somehow I have missed this sword on almost every playthrough we have done, but it feels like it's going to be a great addition to our party, if I can pull it from the stone. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I think you're going to enjoy this episode. If you do, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and let's click on the sword.
Slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil.
I'm going to try to grab the sword and pull with both hands. We are very strong with the elixir of Giant Hill Strength. Is it going to be enough, though? It might? Yes? Oh, of course it is. Of course. I am the strongest, Githyanki.
It feels like you're warring with 10 people for the blade, but with another hard yank, the weapon slips free from the stone.
Oh, you just equip it right away. The reason I thought this might be cool for our bard is if we take a closer look at the weapon, it gives +1 to performance, but also has the Falar Aluv melody. I don't know if I said that right, but the sword hums in anticipation and is ready to either sing or shriek, depending on the situation. I thought that sounded super cool. It is a long sword. Are you proficient with this? It looks like I am. So we'll just go ahead and have that equipped. It looks like he's trying to use it with 2 hands right now. Maybe if I find a shield, we could slap that onto Astarion and make him even tankier. Oh, I have some on Lae'zel. So that brings his AC up to 16. Not proficient with shields. We're taking it off. Oh, I missed an explosive barrel. Oh, no. Astarion?
That voice. Do you hear it too?
I do.
They're coming. They're coming.
Tell me I'm not imagining this voice.
That's a myconid. And it's warning us.
They are coming. You are coming.
Warning us about ourselves? Or is there another force that's also on the way to the myconid colony? Speaking of which, you can see it from here already, but there is a pair of very dangerous creatures that like to hang out in this area. And I think we'll see them as we start to move up this ramp. I think our party will be able to take them down, but I am a little hesitant to get too grouped up. We're going to start this off with Astarion moving up the ramp. We're actually going to turn turn-based mode off just before I shoot because there's some weird interactions here. But turn it off and shoot. I should get surprise round now, whereas if I shot in turn-based mode, I wouldn't get surprise round here. I've tried it a couple times, testing for another video. Unfortunately, I can't do Crown of Madness because they are indeed not humanoids. But what I can do is before I use any actions at all, the rest of my party is still sneaking. So Kalark will head up the ramp, and I might be able to get in a lick. I might get seen by the other guy. We'll see. I'm going to try for a toppling attack. Oh, we did get close enough, and it hit hard. 28 on each strike. We're going to follow up with a... I cannot believe how strong this character is. That was 42 damage with a fucking staff hit. Are you kidding me? Well, that's one of the Minotaurs taken down. That'll do it. One cheeky thing we might be able to do is putting a cloud of daggers underneath this Minotaur, because we're going to get the surprise round here. Theoretically, he would stay still for next turn to take damage again. However, that's too much for me to think about. I'm just going to open up with a firebolt.
Ready for
and Lae'zel's gonna she kind of needs to advance, but also I don't want to get everyone grouped up too much. So I'm gonna pull Astarion back, and this is looking totally fine. Now, we are going to have another round. That was his surprise round there. I'm going to just charge directly in and do another toppling attack with Kalark. Our monk goes in, hits hard. Not as hard as the last time. We're going to follow that up with another swing for 14 damage. I was hoping I might be able to find a little wiggle room in here for Lae'zel. And we might, if I could jump over this and then continue to sneak. I have this avenue I can take right next to this Minotaur's sightline, and then I'm going to start swinging into his butt. 58% chance to hit, and it does, as Lae'zel joins the fight. Then we're going to do one more of our fire bolts from Gale. That does not connect. And last but not least, Astarion's going to move back up, and if he's in range, I'll have him try. It doesn't look like he is in range to really do too much of anything. I'm totally fine with that. He served his purpose. He got us the surprise round. I'm totally happy with that. Now, the Minotaur's going to do a reckless roar. He's then going to gore Kalark for 13 damage, knocking him back on his feet. We're going to respond to that by thrusting our staff into the beast's face. Unfortunately, it dodges it. A quick kick to the ribs, though, lands very solidly, and Lae'zel finishes off the fight with a 24 damage swing. Let's bring Astarion over. We'll use a couple of his spell slots maybe just to get me healed back up. First one is going to heal for 12. Hey, that's probably all I need. That's so beautiful with the violin. I normally find this fight pretty challenging. We knocked it out, dude. We knocked it out. There's a group of smugglers that use this northern area where you can climb up.
Be careful.
And as kind of a warehouse for their stolen goods. It is very trapped, and I don't know where the last one is, but I think I've snuck in. Once again, I'm trying to scavenge every single penny I can get to pay for what we need before we advance into later acts. So I'm going to be very greedy here. I'm looting everything, and then I'll catch back up with you. Here is Astarion's inventory right now. And this is my inventory after. Pretty good haul in here, a lot of boxes to go through. Some of this stuff is just worth a few gold pieces here and there, but it all will add up quite a lot. I also found out that you can break these glowing gems. I didn't know that before. And they have some kind of crafting resource inside of them, it seems. The purple fluorite shard. I've been picking these up as well. Don't know what they're for. I still haven't done any crafting at all. All that looting took about 5 minutes. I think it was worth it. Now, as we travel to the west, ooh, look at that. That's not what I was coming over here to show you. We see the area just outside of the Myconid colony, and this place is filled to the brim with mushrooms that are two distinct types. Some have these kind of like white stripes, and the other are very red and very bulbous. The white stripe ones will cause confusion if you walk inside their like spore range. Whereas the big red ones, oh, there's the confusion now. The big red ones set off an explosion. I'm not controlling my characters right now. They all were befuddled by the toxin. So if we want to move down here, we're going to have to clear that out. And we're going to use Astarion to do just that. With his mighty bow, he fires off a shot at one of the red ones. And that was a pretty decent chain. I'm not sure where you're supposed to shoot to get them all to go off at one time. Ooh, it might be that one. But it looks like that was more than enough to clear the path. And I'm going to be heading down there. So in my headcanon, Astarion has had to hide in the dark for years and years and years with his vampirism. So I imagine he's been down here and knows a little thing about this place, maybe using the Underdark as a highway to get around. We're not going to let our other companions come inside of this camp just yet. He's going to be our liaison, and they can wait outside, upon request of our vampire.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, he has come. He is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The Sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
The bard option, hum a peaceful tune in harmony with the Sovereign. Just disregard it and enjoy the sound.
Detect a distinct quiver in every note. These creatures have experienced recent tragedy.
Have they? That's an interesting insight just from their music. I've sensed your fear. I have come to aid you.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the Sovereign drones a new melody. Cautious, but welcoming.
Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The Sovereign expects you.
All right. I'll be right up. Now, no one else come in here. You see, there is an enemy inside of this place that no Githyanki could ever let live. And I'm just trying to avoid a massacre. I'm doing my best, okay? This is not the evil playthrough. Hello, Sovereign. You look beautiful today.
The Sovereign's thick fingers stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Flesh talker. I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
A violent vision grips you. Dwergar, dark dwarves chopping myconid remains.
They broke our peace. They killed our young.
That's horrible.
The Sovereign's song slows to the pace of a dirge. It is still in mourning.
We laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
The Sovereign's song halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwergar invaders near Lake's edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
Bro, Bard has 3 different options here. Planting spores in the corpse, what kind of magic is that? Or reply in kind, which is like mimicking the sound back to him. Tell me of the invaders, how the scourge moves, fights, how it will crumble. But then there's a deception one. I could tell him, again, in song, in harmonies, that I've already killed the guy. He's been defeated. You're safe. I don't want to do that. Can you give me some more information? That is hilarious, though.
The Sovereign's song twists into images. Dwergar changing size, slipping in and out of invisibility, invoking craven divinity.
Oh.
An illusion comes over you. A Dwergar choking on a cloud of gleaming dust.
Accept this gift. It will help you exterminate.
What is
The
it?
Sovereign gifts you one more vision. A wall of vines parting to reveal glowing light.
Riches of magic and mind. Cleanse the rot, and they are yours. You do the circle a service. We will await word.
Planting spores in a corpse. What kind of magic is this?
We breathe life into our enemy's flesh. The dead make a fine host for my growing children.
Ugh. Can you share this knowledge with me?
You may not.
Oh.
The spores hear only the circle. They dance to no other harmony.
Very well. I'm not going to acknowledge the fugitive here. That's totally fine. That doesn't bother me at all. What I am going to give some attention to is the other sovereign, the second leader of this camp. How could there be two? Well, let's talk to him and find out what's going on.
Walker, tongue talker, far you've come. Reach into memory. Tell me of home.
We're going to give him tales of the bustling city marketplace of Baldur's Gate.
The creature cringes, overwhelmed by the throngs.
Yeah, I feel that, my dude.
It reveals its own home in reply. A humid cove filled with decaying myconid corpses.
Oh, no.
Dwegar destroyed my people. I am a sovereign with no circle. This circle does not welcome me. But I have heard the song. You mean to cleanse the Dwegar rot. I mean to join you.
This guy sounds like the leader of the Gungans to me in the first Star Wars prequel, I believe. Join me. Can you make yourself useful? I don't need any more weight.
In death, your foe becomes your ally. I will raise it. You may command it.
Oh, I see. Very well, you may join me.
Remain in the Underdark, and I will follow. We cleanse the rot together.
Before we venture forth, there is one more thing I would like to do. There's a vendor here in town named Blurg. Let's go have a little chat with them.
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight.
Great to
But
see you
let us
too.
observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
Never heard of the Society of Brilliance. Do you always talk with telepathy?
Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place.
Yeah, I think it builds character.
It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep?
I have heard of, okay. Mind flares infected me with a tadpole, okay?
Truly remarkable. But why come to the Underdark, where they hold so much power?
Look, I don't know. Everyone sucks. I'm going to explain the whole story.
You were infected by an illithid tadpole? It's
I just told you that!
Intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist.
A friend?
Melium!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zerkwood samples need constant attention.
And this is why the Githyanki had to wait outside.
Has an illithid tadpole inside his head, but he hasn't turned.
No cerebrophosis. That's impossible, but intriguing.
Okay.
Are you looking to have it extracted?
Yes, yes, yes. I'm not going to overreact. Yes, I am looking to have it extracted.
Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
Okay, I'm going to let him do that.
As the Meloan's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the lava is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis.
That's actually really enlightening. Do you think you'd be able to extract the tadpole?
No. It appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
And we don't want any of that. We've had enough of that. That doesn't sound ideal.
It is not ideal. The process would surely kill you. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination.
Tell them about the Mind Flayer ship you were on.
A nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion.
Well, thanks for all the information, my good man.
Of course. I am sorry I cannot assist you in its removal. But I have an idea.
What's that?
Perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind.
Bypass? What kind of alchemy are we talking about?
A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh tongue of madness and Timusk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
Where would I go about finding these mushrooms?
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mistra as a cleric.
All right, I'll come back when I find the mushrooms.
May your travels be safe and swift.
We'll keep our eyes peeled for those mushrooms as we're out adventuring. There is one more merchant in town. She's going to tell us a little bit about a quest. Her husband went missing while he was looking for mushrooms. I'll show you what's in her inventory, though. The Caustic Band. Your weapon attacks also deal 2 acid damage. We can pick this up for 76 gold and give that to Lae'zel, so every time she swings, it's 2 more damage. The next time we level up, Lae'zel's going to get multi-attack. She's going to be swinging a ton, and even though it's only 2, that'll add up over time. I'm going to pay for that ring with all of the knickknacks that we picked up at the Smuggler Den. However, this ring is not the most important thing here. This merchant also sells elixirs of hill giant strength. We're going to buy 2 of them. That means we're giving up almost 200 gold for this. Every time we rest, these potions are going to restock in her inventory. This is what I have been saving for. We're going to invest a lot into these potions. But for now, good trade. Thank you. I'll be on my way. I'll keep an eye out for your husband, though. I thought of a way I could do the fight that the Sovereign wants us to do a little bit differently. I want to bring one of the strongest creatures in the Underdark to help us out. The spore magic that we were asking the other Sovereign about basically allows the mushrooms to revive fallen enemies and control them. They had several Dwagar that they are using. Oh, okay. All right, I wasn't trying to talk. You little shit, just running up ahead of me. That's who we're here to kill. Spoiler, we're going to chase him down. Our Sovereign Glut that we are bringing with us is able to use some spore magic. So if we can kill this enemy, we can use it against other enemies in the future. We'll see how this goes, though. We are about to start combat. First things first, we need to clear the landing area. We're just going to have everyone spread out here. This is a very large beast, and I do not want to be flattened by it. However, this is looking pretty good. This isn't our surprise round. It's more like a defensive round. The game gives us these every now and then. Oh no, oh no, he fell. Game gives us these every now and then when it feels like there's a really difficult interaction about to happen in the game. Looks like I was too close. Kalark knocked to the ground. We're gonna try to run in with a toppling attack. If we can knock this enemy prone, that's going to help us out a ton. I never equipped the ring that I bought. I just realized that. We're going to need to make up for that soon. Good damage with the flurry. We're going to follow that up with a staff swing as well. Now, Lae'zel approaches. Only a 20% chance to land this attack. That is crazy to me. Let's try to get a little bit closer and see. Maybe she can tank this or something. Maybe we could start throwing some fire on it. That might be a good option. I could check and see what its defenses are really looking like. Yeah, it seems fine. It seems totally fine. No intelligence. I bet you could do some animal handling stuff on it. Like calm beast. I bet that would work. Let's go ahead and just try to shoot. Maybe I should Vicious Mockery. Vicious Mockery is actually a higher chance, and then that's going to impose disadvantage on the creature's next attack. I have a feeling it's going to hit me really hard. Well, we're going to fire bolts. If it moves near me, we might be able to get away. Critical miss. How disappointing. Bite being used on Lae'zel. She does dodge the attack. We are going to try to run the other sovereign towards the boss. And then I'm going to go for a toppling attack on Kalark. Follow that up with a staff swing. And we are halfway through this fight, almost exactly on HP. Can we use Dissonant Whispers? 65% chance to hit, does 7 damage, and the creature is now frightened. Gale's pulling out the firebolt again. It connects for 4 damage, and Lae'zel swings one more time, but misses. The enemy is frightened. It is still going to bite Lae'zel, hitting for 28 damage and flinging her backwards. We are going to approach with the Sovereign and do a multi-attack. Target must be prone? That's very weird. Don't you think that's weird? Okay, just go ahead and swing. Great hit. 15 damage to the side. And that will conclude his turn. Now, Kalark moves in with the staff. It misses. And we go for an offhand strike. Lae'zel is going to use Second Wind to give herself some HP back. And then try once again to swing with her weapon. 20%, take that. We connect for 25 damage. And the Bulette dies? I hope I said its name right. Now, this does have an interesting piece of gear. When an enemy damages the wearer gains 1 wrath. That wrath is going to give us a +1 to melee weapon attacks. This is an upgrade over what we have now on Kalark, although that's not why I came over here. I wasn't planning that particular piece of gear out. It does look really cool, though. Let's see if the magic of the mycanoids will work the way I think it will. Oh, yes, dude. Before we get too close to the looming threat that goes invisible, we don't know where they are, let's go ahead and just do a short rest song from Astarion. That will heal us up quite well. Beautiful. Before we move forward, the Caustic Band is going to Lae'zel right now. That's immediately going to up her damage. You may wonder why I don't give this to Kalark, because he attacks so often. Well, the very specific keyword we have to look for there is your weapon attacks. So that would only apply for my staff. It wouldn't affect the flurry of blows at all. I'm just going to leap our new friend in. That's a pretty big stomp. And I guess I'll get him in position. I don't know if they're going to get mad at him for trespassing. You know what I mean? He's kind of at the top of the food chain here. Although, this guy is so large. that moving him anywhere is proving difficult. Like, I can't even get in this house over here. Oh, I can if I jump. We can fit through the roof. I believe there is an enemy stealthed in the corner on this side. Oh, maybe not. Do you think he's here? Oh, we're going to have to leap to get out on this side, too. I don't even know if that's possible. Path is interrupted. Ugh. It might be easier just to stick him on the ground floor, to be honest. Oh, okay. So I guess jump is different from the thing that I was already doing, and I took a bunch of damage there. They're yelling at the creature now while invisible. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is perfect, actually. Okay, we are going to begin our approach. It seems as though they have already springed their ambush trap, and it wasn't even on the real threat. There is 10 HP left on this resurrected creature, but we will be casting Crown of Madness on Gek Cole right here. He's saved, unfortunately, and we now see zombies beginning to climb up the path. It seems as though they did kill that predator in the dark, which is unfortunate. That didn't play out how I wanted at all. But that's okay. Big AoE from the archer that was sitting back in this room. Whoa, he's doing a lot of damage, and Hunter's Mark has been placed onto Astarion. Turns out all that shit I was talking about getting the jump on the ambushers doesn't seem to be true, as a silence bubble goes down, encircling my party. Luckily, we did save on the madness there, the blindness there. Where is this guy going? Big misty step off to the side. Now, these are resurrected enemies that, you see how all those bloody piles in the middle? These guys were like, we need more reinforcements. We're getting them into the fight right now. Well, we are going to see a lot of damage goes out as we are silenced in here. We can't cast any spells. Can I somehow just jump over to the other side? That would make me really happy. I suppose that I could... Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use my bonus action to leap on Kalark. We're going to take an attack of opportunity. I'm actually surprised he hit me. My AC is 19, but that's fine. Once we find the perfect spot, we're going to leap, and then I am going to climb up this net and with all of my might, grab onto the shoulders of this dwarf and see how far I can throw him. If this breaks his concentration, we're going to be very, very happy. It looks like it did. Now we turn to Lae'zel. Actually, we're going to need to do a bit more management before then. A bit more needs to be done. I'm just going to do a main action disengage on Astarion. I need to get him away from the front of this. Really, however he wants to leave is totally fine with me. We can even bring him off to the right over here, and I think that's fine. Meanwhile, Gale is going to... Oh, I like this turn. We are going to Burning Hands forward for some big AoE damage. Look at that, huge. And then Misty Step back towards this archer. I at least want him threatened. I know putting my wizard there is a bit of a ballsy choice. I think we're going to be able to back him up, no problem. I think that's totally fine. I'm not worried. In fact, if you are worried, here you go. We'll just bring Sovereign Gut right over here. We'll back him up a little bit. Now, for our next turn on Lae'zel, we're going to use the newly learned Thunder Wave to blast. Oh, I thought it was going to be a little more effective, only hitting one of our targets and sending them back. I am going to go ahead and action surge because I'm not feeling super great about my positioning. And we're just going to pick up one of these zombies and toss them right on down there. I believe that killed one of them, but they have Undead Fortitude, which I believe is a death save. Yes, so we officially killed one, but didn't fully kill it. Let's go ahead and just second wind, get some health back because there's more damage coming our way. We've done all of our bonus stuff on Astarion. I think everyone is good to go. And this is certainly not a way I've ever seen this fight start off. That is for sure. Let me go ahead and just move the Sovereign a little bit closer for that attack of opportunity. Now it goes back to the Dwagar. They throw something up at Clark. I'm not sure if it connected or not. It looks like we're doing A-OK. Now the Novice Garmor is making his way up that ladder towards us right now. The Sovereign does take a little bit of damage from what appeared to be a knockback of some kind. 33 radiant damage coming up from the ground. That's the guy that Kalark threw down there. He was pissed. I did not see that coming. Now the zombies that are close to Lae'zel begin swinging. The first one missing. And, oh, we can shield ourselves from that damage. I don't think it's necessary. It's only 5. Only 5 damage. If I can, I'm going to try to push this guy away using my bonus action. 40% chance. It does not work. We are going to attempt to swing my new sword. 90% chance, even with disadvantage, we clobber the thing in the head, but unfortunately, it has risen again one more time. Gale could find himself in a position where he could help if we... How do I want to do this? We're going to need to find a way to get over there pretty quickly. Alternatively... Okay, I like this plan. We are going to hold still, let Gale move up on the left side. Gale is going to cast Burning Hands again, hopefully dodging Lae'zel. It's the goal I'm trying to have, although it doesn't look like that's possible. I think Lae'zel's going to be totally fine if she takes 1 attack of opportunity. So let me shift over to the right just a little bit. Critical miss, you love to see it. Now Burning Hands can hit without hitting Lae'zel. They both died and have come back. Now on Lae'zel's turn, we are going to do a cleave, cutting them both into 2. Then, very quickly, make our way down the rope ladder, and we are going to use a pummel strike on the reanimated corpse. That does kill it. Now, within attack of opportunity range, we're at least helping to protect our bard, our support, just a little bit. To show, wait, he doesn't have a reaction. We can get very far away from that. And that means I'll be able to heal Kalark starting next turn. Okay, that was all right. That was all right. Good recovery. Let's move up and hit Hulvik in the back with Sovereign Gut. That's going to do 12 damage. And we'll bring it back to the Dwegar. We're seeing a dash come out from the guy who threw in the previous round. Looks like he's about to crowd our bard. We see an ensnaring strike be done to Sovereign Gut, but his feet remain mobile. The ladder nearby is letting Lurgan back up, the one who decimated Kalark on a previous roll. He's casting the same spell at Gale now, but we are going to shield ourselves from that damage. Blindness, once again, not working on Lae'zel. The reanimated corpse hasn't acted yet, and I am going to cast Crown of Madness on Novice Garmor. That worked. He's going to attack the nearest thing to him at the end of his turn, and I'm going to make sure that is not me. I'm also just going to pick this guy up and throw him. It's way more likely to succeed than a swing, so I'm going to do that. And then we'll try to hold here. I think we'll be okay. Just in case, I'll put Lae'zel in front of Astarion, just to make sure. Now, if I can Healing Word, I'd really like to. It seems as... Oh, am I blind? Oh, the blindness was on him. Oh, I think I miscalled that. I thought it was on Lae'zel. Oh, we could always throw a potion over if we feel like we need to. I don't really feel like I mean, his death saves aren't going well, are they? Maybe I should take that a bit more seriously. The problem is getting over to him is going to be very problematic. I don't have an action like that on Lae'zel that would help. It's got to be a throw from Gale. I think that's the only way it connects. Path is interrupted the entire way. Let me move up here. Maybe that'll give me a little bit better sight lines. Looks like that's going to be just fine. We don't want to aim it at him. We just want to aim so the AoE hits him, which is exactly what we did. So Kalark is back up and fully operational. On top of that, he's going to have a bonus action. With that bonus action, I'm going to push this guy off of the fucking high ground, because fuck you, that's why. And we just took one of our enemies away. Protect that concentration, and we should see the big axe wielder start swinging on his own guys right after Sovereign Gut socks one of the Dwegar in the stomach. Rage Heart. Okay, there he goes. Unfortunately, he missed. Does he have anything else? He took an attack of opportunity. Wait, where are you going? That doesn't seem allowed. He's climbing. He's not climbing back down. That guy is confusing me. 2 shots miss against Sovereign Gut. We see another silence bubble going down from the cleric. He doesn't like what we've been doing to his friend. We go for a staff swing and take down the first of the Dwagar. Now we're going to go for a pushing attack on our good friend here. Unfortunately, they did not connect, but I'll just see myself out. We are the closest enemy to him right now, which is a problem, but we might be able to change that. Lae'zel's going to move up. She doesn't need to cast to be able to deal damage. Unfortunately, that didn't work that time. I'm going to try for a push here. If we bring him down to the low ground, he's going to have to do a concentration check, which he did fail with that silence bubble. Now, I'd really like to finish that guy off. It says I don't have enough movement to land this attack, which I'm not going to lie, does make me kind of sad. I think if I go down here, we might be able to find a better angle for it. Like something like this might work, but no, it still says interrupted. So instead of shooting down, I'm going to shoot up our fire bolt to the novice up top. We're going to usher Sovereign forward so he is the closest target to the novice. I don't want to take that damage if I don't have to. And then we will go ahead and start ending a lot of our turns. Vicious Mockery to the rafter. No, we're still blinded. We can't even see him. Yeah, they were good. Good turn. Crown of Madness still holds strong. We see another attack of opportunity as this guy tries to move into position to push the Sovereign off. He does not find the angle. Sacred Flame on Gale coming up from the cleric on the low ground as he finds a new ladder to start ascending. Now, here we go. Push him down. 50% chance to make it successful. It worked. Now, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to toss this guy. He is kind of big. Maybe I can't toss him. Yeah, he's too big. I'm just going to do a regular swing. There we go. 8 damage. Was hoping for some more. Thought I would be able to, like, right-click throw. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We are going to move up with Astarion. Not too far. He can't do too much. We'll cast a fire bolt onto Lurgan in the back. We miss the attack. And now we're going to see Lae'zel move up with a swing of her own. She does connect, and you can see that ring adding in more damage. Unfortunately, I don't think I can kill this guy this turn. We don't have enough movement. Can I mock him from here? No, it doesn't look like it. We do have the Sovereign that might be able to help, jumping behind the enemy with his bonus action, and then hitting him in the kidneys with 6 damage. Still not quite enough. And we're going to see Kalark get smashed into the ground with that axe. A Sacred Flame hitting Gale for 3 damage. Kalark needs help again, but yeah, we'll give it to him. We'll give it to him right now. Meanwhile, Sovereign continues to make his way down closer to the enemy. The punch does not connect. Lae'zel tries to move in with a swing of her own. Only 15% chance. It connects for 37 damage.
The rot is cleansed.
The rot is cleansed. You heard it here first. Let's use one of our short rests and talk to the Sovereign.
Humor is excised. The Dwagar are dead. Here I break ground. From the dark will a mighty circle rise. My song will fill the grotto. Death Doer. The grotto may sustain but one sovereign. In the age of glut, there may be no spore. Eliminate the other sovereign.
See, I feel like this guy wasn't strong enough to defend his last place, and now he's mad. Now he's mad. I'll have no part in this.
It is my right. It is my right.
Its delicate harmonies turn to scrapes and scratches.
Your corpse will birth my circle.
See, like, the Githyanki, you have to, like, be strong and stuff. Wow, you got a lot of health back. That kind of sucks. The toppling attack was successful. He's lying on his stomach, waiting for the damage, and here it comes. Lae'zel with advantage. Connects for so much. That is ridiculous. With her bonus action, unfortunately, we cannot shove him. We can, for some reason, do a great weapon swing, though. I don't know why. I didn't kill anything this turn. We'll go ahead and just swing with our staff with Gale. Swing with our sword on Astarion. 2 HP remaining. You hate to see it. Let's hit him with the pummel strike. And that is why you're not strong enough.
Foolish inception.
That's why.
I doubt any tears will be shed. Or secreted. Whatever mushrooms do.
A wizard's
Can I pick his pockets?
tired mind. Sleep beckons. And I would
No, he's just out cold. I believe if you do, I don't know if you have to do his quest or if you just have to befriend him a little bit more and then try to trade some goods. But there is a way to get a ring that just adds 1 more fire damage when you deal fire damage. I was going to pick it up as a very small optimization. I mean, it's not, 1 damage is really not that big of a deal. But it would have added 1 on every swing with Lae'zel because she does fire damage with each swing. Hey, bud, guess
Greets you
what?
with a harrowing elegy, cheerless as the new moon.
The Dwegar is slain, the rot has been purged.
The music shifts, still melancholic, but now streaked with hope.
Do you hear? A new harmony. Serenity. I name you Peace Bringer.
Fragrant spores waft through the air. Your heart swells with bliss with your every breath.
Freely you have given to us. Freely you may take. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward. But before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwegar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spore shows you a drow striding among Myconid dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe.
We don't really have to do this one. It is kind of the same direction we're going to be traveling in, so I guess I will. You know, just to be nice. Sure, we'll do that for you.
The drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
Now, the reason you may want to do this question, the reason you may want to go out and cleanse the rot in your very own game, is because the reward you get for this quest is very strong. It is a helmet that allows you to cast invisibility. For some reason, this invisibility doesn't seem to be broken when you steal things like the Idol of Sylvanas. So let's say you didn't want to blow up the entire Druid Grove. You could loot this hat, equip it, and then use the Shrouded in Shadow to then steal the idol. Now, it only lasts 2 turns, so you gotta go quick, but it's one of your many options. I'm gonna wrap up today's video here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna be exploring more of the Underdark very, very soon. See you guys again tomorrow.